So, your alarm goes off. It is 6 o'clock in the morning,
Right, early.
very early. The room is dark. It is, cold outside your bed.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah. And immediately, before you even open your eyes, your brain just, well, it starts working.
It does not start slowly either.
No, not at all. It starts at full speed.
Ah.
You are not thinking about the beautiful sunrise outside.
Right. You are definitely not thinking about the sun.
You are thinking about the emails you did not answer yesterday.
The stress starts immediately.
Exactly. You are thinking about the money you need to pay for your car. You are thinking about the food you need to buy for dinner tonight.
It is a lot to handle before you even stand up.
It really is.
Mm.
Well, welcome to the deep dive. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Today, we are looking at the daily chaos of being an adult. We are looking at a battle, a fight that happens inside almost everyone.
It's a very big fight.
Right. It is the fight between the big, beautiful dreams you had when you were a child and, well, the very real need to have a practical, safe job today.
That morning moment you just described, it is something we all share. It is a universal struggle, really.
Everyone feels it.
Yes, everyone. We wake up and we are immediately crushed by the weight of our own lives. It is just heavy.
Yeah, heavy is the perfect word.
And if we look closely at this daily routine, we start to see a very important pattern. We start to ask big questions.
Like what kind of questions?
Like, why does simply waking up and going to work feel so heavy? When did paying bills become the main goal of our whole existence?
That is a scary question, honestly.
It is. And maybe the most important question of all is this. Is our desire to be safe and, practical actually just fear?
Fear. Just hiding.
Exactly. We often think we are making smart choices, but sometimes fear is just hiding. It is hiding in a very respectable outfit, pretending to be good advice.
Wow, fear in a respectable outfit. We are definitely going to explore all of that today.
I am excited to dig into it.
Me too. But let us stay in that morning moment for just a little longer. Let us talk about the bed.
Okay, the bed.
Yeah. Let us talk about the blanket.
The best part of the morning.
Right. There's a very specific feeling when that alarm rings. You reach out your hand. You turn the noise off.
And then it is quiet again.
Yes. And you have a silent conversation with your blanket.
A conversation with the blanket. That is so true.
The blanket is warm. The blanket is safe. The blanket seems to whisper, stay here. Do not go out there.
Stay in the warm, safe place.
Yeah. And you lie there looking at the CNC and you ask yourself, do I really need to be an adult today?
Can I just skip it?
Exactly. Can I just skip today?
It is a very powerful feeling. And what's fascinating here is the reason behind that feeling.
Why do we feel like that?
Well, we often think we're just physically tired. We think, oh, we did not sleep enough hours.
Right, like my body needs more rest.
Yes, but it is usually not our bodies that are tired. It is our minds. Our minds are exhausted.
Oh, that makes sense.
There's a great term in our sources for this specific feeling. It is called mental laundry.
Mental laundry.
Yeah.
That is a funny phrase. I like it.
It really works, doesn't it?
It makes perfect sense. When I think of dirty laundry, I think of a big pile of clothes on the floor.
A huge, messy pile.
Right. It is completely disorganized. You have socks mixed with shirts. It is overwhelming just to look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now imagine that pile of dirty clothes is inside your head.
Oh, wow. That sounds terrible.
It is. Before you even put your feet on the cold floor, your mind is sorting through a giant pile of worries.
So each worry is a piece of clothing.
Yes, you have a worry about a meeting at work. That is a shirt.
Okay.
You have a worry about a strange noise your car is making. That is a sock.
A dirty sock, yeah.
Tomorrow you forgot to call your mother back? That is a heavy, wet sweater.
Oh, that is the heaviest one. So this mental laundry is exhausting.
Very exhausting. You are sorting through all these heavy, messy thoughts while you are still lying down.
You are using so much energy before the day even begins.
Exactly. And then we do something that makes it even worse.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
We do something almost everyone does, even though we know it is bad for us.
We really do.
We fall into the morning scroll trap.
The scroll trap, yes. You are lying there, feeling the weight of the mental laundry. You are already feeling behind.
So what do?
You reach out and pick up your phone.
And the bright blue light hits your eyes in the dark room.
Right. It hurts your eyes a little.
Yeah.
And you open a social media app. You start scrolling.
Just moving your finger up, up, up.
Yeah. You look at pictures and videos of other people's lives, and instantly your mental laundry feels 10 times heavier.
Why is that?
Because what do you see? You see someone who has already been awake for 2 hours.
Oh, they're always so productive.
Right. They are standing on top of a beautiful mountain. They are drinking a bright green juice.
A very healthy green juice.
Yes, and they look perfectly healthy and, perfectly happy.
And you are lying in the dark, wondering where your left shoe is.
Exactly. It is very different. You look at them and you look at you. It hurts. The morning scroll trap is dangerous because it creates instant comparison.
Instant comparison, yes.
You look at the person on the mountain and you immediately feel like you are failing.
You feel like everyone else in the world got a special instruction book?
An instruction book on how to be a good adult.
Right. Everyone else knows how to handle the mental laundry. They know how to make the green juice. They know how to smile in the morning.
Everyone except you.
You feel like the only person who is struggling.
You really do. You look at the glowing screen and it steals the tiny bit of energy you had left.
It just takes it all away.
It makes the blanket feel even safer. It makes the world outside the bedroom feel even harder to face.
That is the trap. You go looking for connection on your phone, but you only find comparison.
And comparison drains your energy.
It does. It makes the gap between your real life and a quote-unquote perfect life look impossible to cross.
Like a huge river you cannot swim across.
So you finally push the blanket away. You stand up, but you are already tired.
You are starting your day with a negative balance of energy.
Exactly. Okay, I hear everything you're saying. The mental laundry is real. The scroll trap is bad.
It is all bad.
But I want to push back on this idea a little bit. Is this really a crisis?
A crisis? What do you mean?
Well, isn't this just normal life?
Yeah.
We are adults now.
True, we are not kids.
Right. We cannot play in the park all day like children. Being an adult means doing chores.
It means washing the dishes.
It means paying bills. It means feeling a little tired on a Tuesday morning. We have to do the work to survive.
That is a very fair point.
If we don't do the mental laundry, our lives will fall apart, right? We have to do it.
Yes, survival requires work. We have to earn money to eat and, have a safe place to sleep.
So it is just normal.
But what we need to look at is how we define this word adulting.
Okay, adulting. Let us talk about that word.
Adulting is a very strange experience. It is a massive shift in how we understand the world.
A shift from when we were kids.
Yes. When you are a young child, you look at adults, and what do you see?
You see power. You see total freedom.
Exactly. You think, when I am an adult, no one can tell me what to do.
I can eat cake for breakfast.
I can stay awake all night. I can go anywhere I want.
Yes. You think adulthood is the ultimate freedom. You think it is a magic ticket to do whatever you want.
But then you actually become an adult.
And the magic ticket is fake.
Right. You realize the reality of adulting is very, very different from the childhood dream of adulting.
Very different.
The freedom is technically there. You really can buy the cake.
Wow.
But the freedom comes with a very heavy chain of responsibility.
Responsibility. The heavy chain.
You quickly learn that every choice has a cost. You can stay awake all night, but tomorrow you will still have to go to work.
And you will feel terrible all day.
You can eat cake for breakfast, but you have to pay for the dentist later.
The magic disappears completely.
There's a perfect example of this from our sources. It is a little funny, but it is also deeply sad.
Okay, let us hear the funny and sad example.
Let us think about ice cream.
Oh, I love ice cream.
Try to remember what ice cream meant to you when you were 7 years old.
Oh, wow. When I was 7, ice cream was an event. It was magical.
Exactly. If your parents said, "We are going to get ice cream," your whole day changed.
I would jump up and down. It was a celebration.
The lights in the ice cream shop were bright. The colors of the ice cream were amazing. It was pure joy.
Pure childhood joy.
But what happens when you're an adult? How does the ice cream experience change?
Oh, it changes completely. You have the freedom to buy ice cream whenever you want.
Right. You have your own money now.
You have your own car. You can drive to the store. But the magic is gone.
It really is gone. Think about how an adult gets ice cream. It is usually late at night.
You are exhausted from work.
You drive to the big, bright supermarket all by yourself. The store is mostly empty.
It is quiet.
You walk down the cold aisle. You pick up a box of ice cream. You pay for it. You drive home in silence.
Very sad silence.
And then you sit on your sofa alone. You eat the ice cream directly from the box while watching television.
You are definitely not celebrating.
No. You are just trying to find a tiny moment of comfort at the end of a hard day.
That image perfectly captures the weight of adulting.
The sad ice cream on the sofa.
Right. The freedom to buy the ice cream is overshadowed by the exhaustion of the day.
The ice cream is no longer a magical adventure. It is Medicine for the stress.
And why are we so stressed? Why are we so tired?
Why?
Because the core activity of adulting, the very center of it all, is paying bills.
Paying bills. Just saying those two words makes my shoulders feel heavy.
It is the ultimate adult reality. We trade our time and our energy for money.
We give our hours away.
And then we trade that money for shelter, for water, for electricity. We work so hard just to maintain our basic existence.
Just to stay alive.
Yes. We spend 40 or 50 hours a week working to pay for a house or an apartment that we are often too tired to actually enjoy.
That is so true. You pay rent for a living room, but you only sit in it for 2 hours at night before you fall asleep.
Exactly.
So we wake up tired, we do the mental laundry.
We avoid the scroll trap if we can.
We go to work, we pay the bills, we eat the sad ice cream on the sofa, we go to sleep, we do it again.
Over and over.
This is the practical life. This is the safe life. But, well, this brings up a huge question.
What is the question?
If this is all there is, where did the magic go? Where did those big, bright childhood dreams disappear to?
That is the core tragedy we are exploring today. It really is.
The lost dreams.
When we are young, we have dreams that are totally disconnected from practicality. We do not think about rent.
Not at all.
We do not think about spreadsheets or taxes. We just think about what excites us.
Let us think about those early dreams. They're always so big.
They're so huge.
Very few children say, when I grow up, I want to manage an office and send emails.
Right. No child says that.
No. Children want to be astronauts. They look up at the night sky, they see the moon, and they say, I want to go there.
I want to float in space.
I want to wear the big white suit and drive a rocket.
They want to explore the unknown. It is beautiful.
Well, they want to be a princess. They want to live in a castle and wear beautiful dresses and have a magical life.
Or maybe they want to be a veterinarian.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They love dogs and cats, so they decide they will spend their entire life helping animals get better.
The dreams are simple, clear, and full of pure passion.
But then time passes, we grow older, the school gets harder,
Much harder.
the world starts demanding things from us,
Right.
and the reality of those dreams starts to clash with the practical world.
Take the astronaut dream, for example.
Right. Why do most of us not become astronauts? I wanted to be one.
Well, often it is because math happened.
Math. Yes, math ruins everything.
Space travel requires an incredible amount of complex mathematics, physics, and engineering.
A child might love the idea of floating in space.
But when they sit in a classroom and face an impossible math test, the dream hits a wall.
A big hard wall.
The practical reality of the hard work required destroys the simple fantasy of the dream.
But it is not usually one single test that kills a dream. We do not usually give up in one big, dramatic moment.
It is not like a movie.
No, it is not a movie where the main character throws their hands in the air, cries, and shouts, I give up, I will never go to space, I will be an accountant.
No, it is much quieter than that. It is a slow fade.
A slow fade. It happens very slowly.
It happens so slowly that we often do not even notice it is happening. We do not lose our dreams on purpose.
We don't just throw them away.
No, we lose them by making thousands of tiny, practical choices over many years.
Explain that slow fade. How does it happen day by day?
Think about the progression of life. You leave school. Suddenly, you need to pay for your own food.
That is a very real, immediate pressure. Your stomach is empty.
You need a job quickly.
Right.
So you take a job that pays the bills, even if it is not your dream job.
You tell yourself, this is just for now. I will focus on my dream later.
I will just do this for 1 year to save money. We all say that.
Everyone says that.
Exactly. But then a year passes. You get a little bit older. You get a little bit more tired.
The job takes up a lot of your energy.
Maybe you meet someone and fall in love.
Yeah.
Now you are building a life with another person.
And maybe you get a pet or you have a child.
Yes. Now, other people are depending on you. Your choices are no longer just about you.
They're about keeping your family safe, providing food and a home.
So the stakes get higher. The risk of failing becomes much scarier.
Right. If I fail when I am 20 and alone, I just eat cheap noodles.
It is fine.
But if I fail when I am 35 with a family, they suffer.
Yes. So every day, you choose the safe option. You choose the steady paycheck.
You choose the familiar routine.
You do not make these choices because you hate your dream. You make them because you love your family or because you need stability.
But every safe choice is another small step away from the big, wild dream you used to have.
There is a beautiful way to understand this slow fade from our sources.
Yes, it is an image that really helps explain this complex feeling.
Let us imagine that your original childhood dream is a window in a room.
Okay, let us build this room in our minds.
It is a simple room, and on one wall, there is a clear, bright window.
When you are young, the light from that window pours into the room.
It fills the whole space with bright sunshine.
You can look out the window and see the whole world. You can see all the possibilities. The dream is bright and obvious.
But then, as we just discussed, the practical reality of adult life begins.
And adult life is full of boxes.
So many boxes.
Imagine someone hands you a box. It is a heavy box. On the side, it says, paying the rent.
You have to put this box somewhere in the room.
So you set it down. Maybe you set it down right in front of the window.
Then you get another box. This one says, health insurance.
A very boring box. You stack it on top of the first box.
Then another box arrives. What other people think of me?
Oh, that is a very heavy box. You stack it up.
Then a box called saving for the future.
Then a box called being a responsible parent.
Then a box called fear of failure.
Day by day, year by year, you keep getting these boxes of adult responsibilities, and you keep stacking them up in the room.
Because you have to.
Yeah.
You cannot just throw the boxes away. They are important.
But what happens over time?
The stack of boxes gets higher and higher and wider and wider.
Eventually, the boxes completely cover the window.
You cannot look outside anymore.
You cannot see the bright possibilities. The light in the room gets darker.
You get so busy managing the boxes, organizing the boxes, keeping the boxes from falling over, that you forget the window is even there.
You convince yourself that the room has always been dark. You convince yourself that the boxes are the only things that matter.
But here's the crucial part of this image. The window is covered, yes. The light is blocked, but the window is still there.
The sun is still shining outside.
The dream does not die just because you put boxes in front of it.
It just becomes silent. It waits behind the wall of practical responsibilities.
And sometimes, when you least expect it, the dream reminds you that it is still there.
It taps you on the shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us talk about that moment, because it usually does not happen when you are doing something special or dramatic.
It does not happen when you are meditating on a mountain.
No, it happens during the most boring, practical, adult moment possible.
It happens in the supermarket parking lot.
Set the scene for us. What does this moment feel like?
Okay, it is a Tuesday evening. You have just finished a long day at work. You did the mental laundry.
You paid a bill. You answered emails.
You went to the supermarket because there was no food in your house. Now you are walking out to your car.
The sky is gray.
The lights in the parking lot are buzzing. You have heavy plastic bags full of practical food.
Bread, milk, maybe that sad box of ice cream.
Yes. The plastic handles are cutting into your hands. You are tired. You just want to go home and sleep.
You are deep in the routine of adulting.
Exactly. You reach your car, you press the button on your keys to unlock the door, and suddenly, right there, standing on the cold concrete, something shifts.
The boxes in your mind suddenly fall down for one single second.
The window is uncovered, and the dream taps you on the shoulder.
You suddenly remember the astronaut or the veterinarian.
You remember the feeling of that bright, clear passion.
And in that sudden flash of light, you look at your plastic grocery bags, you look at your practical car, you look at your practical shoes.
And a wave of intense emotion hits you.
You might even start crying right there next to the shopping carts.
It is a moment of pure, painful honesty. You realize that you have survived. You have paid the bills. You are a responsible adult.
But you also realize, with a deep ache in your chest, that something vital is missing.
The practical life is keeping you alive, but it's not giving you joy. You feel a deep sadness for the person you used to want to be.
It is a very big thought. But what happens next is what truly defines our lives. Because you cannot stand in the parking lot crying forever.
No, the ice cream is melting.
You have to get in the car. You have to go home.
Here's where it gets really interesting. This is the central conflict. We have this emotional moment.
We remember the dream. We feel the pain of the lost window.
And society tells us what we should do next. Society loves a good story.
We see it on motivational posters in offices. We see it in movies.
But people say, follow your dreams, never give up, quit your boring job and chase your passion.
It sounds so simple and inspiring when it is printed on a poster with a picture of a mountain.
It does. But then we drive home from the supermarket, we walk into our apartment, we look around, and we realize a very hard truth.
Yes, I want to follow my dreams. But my landlord also has opinions.
And the landlord's opinions are very practical.
That is the ultimate reality check.
The landlord does not care about my window. The landlord does not care about the astronaut suit.
The landlord only cares about one thing: the rent money on the first day of the month.
If I tell my landlord, I cannot pay rent this month because I'm following my childhood dream, the landlord will say, that is a beautiful story. Please leave my apartment.
And this brings us to a deep psychological concept. It is a quiet fear, a feeling of worry.
A feeling of worry.
Yes, it is not a loud, screaming terror. It is a quiet, constant feeling of worry about the future. It's a low hum of anxiety.
It is the voice that says, if I take a risk, everything will fall apart.
It is the voice that points at the landlord and says, "See, you cannot change your life. It is too dangerous."
But we have to ask a difficult question here. If we are staying in the practical job just to pay the rent, are we being smart or are we being cowards?
That is the line we all struggle to find, because fear is not stupid. Fear is actually very intelligent.
It is.
Yes. It knows how human minds work. It knows that if it looks like a scary monster hiding under the bed, we will eventually turn on the lights and fight it.
So fear does not act like a monster anymore.
Instead, fear dresses up in a very respectable outfit.
A respectable outfit. I love this idea. Let us describe what fear is wearing.
Fear puts on a nice, clean business suit. It ties its shoes perfectly.
It wears glasses.
It carries a briefcase. It acts like a professional manager or a money expert.
It sits at a nice desk and speaks in a very calm, serious voice.
Exactly. When fear looks like this, it is very hard to recognize.
It sounds just like responsibility.
It sounds like the advice your parents gave you. It tells you things that seem logically true. It says, you cannot quit your job right now. The economy is very unstable.
You need to build a larger savings account first.
You should wait until you have more experience.
You listen to this voice, and you do not think you are scared. You tell yourself, I am not afraid of my dream. I am just being realistic. I am being mature. I am doing adulting correctly.
But very often it is just fear wearing that nice suit, tricking you into doing nothing.
We have a brilliant image from the source for this specific type of fear, this professional, organized fear.
Fear does not just shake in a dark corner.
No, fear has tools. Fear has a calendar. Fear schedules meetings with you. And most importantly, fear has a spreadsheet.
Ah, the spreadsheet. It is the perfect symbol of modern practical fear.
Think about a spreadsheet on a computer. It is a document full of hundreds of tiny, rigid little boxes, rows and columns.
It is designed to calculate numbers, to predict profits, to measure risk.
It is a tool for control. It wants everything to fit perfectly into a small box. Fear loves the spreadsheet.
Because a dream cannot fit into a spreadsheet. Passion cannot be calculated in a little box.
Exactly. Let us look at the spreadsheet of fear. Let us imagine we open this document on our computer. The title of the document is, Why Changing My Life is a Terrible Idea.
What do we see in the rows and columns?
It is highly organized. The spreadsheet has 12 very clear, logical reasons why today is not the day to follow your dream.
Let us look at row number 1. It says economic inflation.
The spreadsheet calculates exactly how much more expensive groceries will be next year and tells you to stay at your safe job to pay for them.
Row number 2 says loss of seniority.
The spreadsheet points out that you have worked at your current company for 5 years. If you leave to try something new, you lose those 5 years of progress. You start at 0 again.
Row number 3 is statistical probability of failure.
This is where fear really uses math against you. The spreadsheet says, did you know that 90% of new businesses fail? Did you know that almost nobody becomes a successful artist? Look at the numbers. The numbers say you will lose.
Row number 4 is what your neighbors will say.
The spreadsheet calculates the social cost of taking a risk. If you try something new and fail, people will think you are foolish.
And the spreadsheet goes on and on. 12 rows of perfect logic.
When you look at the spreadsheet of fear, you feel paralyzed. You feel like taking a step toward your dream is financially and socially impossible.
Every cell in the spreadsheet yells, play it safe, do not move.
This raises an important question for you, the person listening right now.
When you look at your own life choices, are you really making wise, smart decisions for your long-term happiness? Or are you just calling fear your personality?
That is a tough question. People love to say, oh, I am just a very practical person. I like routine. I do not like taking risks. That is just who I am.
But we have to wonder, is it really who they are? Or are they just extremely used to avoiding discomfort?
Have they looked at the spreadsheet of fear so many times that they believe it is the only truth?
Are you actually building a life that you love and enjoy? Or are you just building a fortress?
Are you building a life completely designed to make you feel less exposed to risk, even if that life is boring and gray?
Playing it safe feels good in the short term.
It feels good today because you do not have to face rejection. You do not have to worry about failing.
But playing it safe for a long, long time has a massive cost. It creates a different kind of pain.
It is not a sharp, sudden pain like breaking an arm. It is a dull, constant ache.
We have another powerful analogy to describe this feeling of a purely practical life.
Let us talk about shoes.
Shoes are a great way to understand this.
Imagine you go to a shoe store. You are looking for shoes for work. You need them to look professional.
You find a pair. They look very respectable. They look like shoes a serious adult would wear.
You check the size. They're exactly your size. You put them on. They fit. They do not fall off your feet. So you buy them.
They meet all the practical requirements.
Yes. But then you start wearing them every day. You wear them to the office. You wear them to the supermarket.
And here is the problem.
The shoes fit, but they are never truly comfortable.
The material is a little too stiff.
They pinch your toes just a tiny bit. The heel rubs slightly against your skin.
It is not enough pain to make you stop walking. You can still do your job.
You can walk in them, you can survive in them, but you do not want to move freely in them. You definitely do not want to run in those shoes.
You would never dance in those shoes.
Or when you wear them, you walk carefully, stiffly, just trying to get through the day so you can finally take them off.
That is exactly what a purely practical, fear-based life feels like. It looks completely normal from the outside.
If someone looks at your shoes, they say, "Those are nice shoes."
If someone looks at your life, they say, that is a nice, stable life. You have a job, you have an apartment, you pay your bills.
But on the inside, it pinches, it rubs, it hurts a little bit every single day.
You are surviving, you are walking forward, but you are not running. You are certainly not dancing.
You are just waiting for the day to end so you can take off the heavy shoes of adulting and sleep.
And if we are wearing these uncomfortable shoes day after day, if we are just following the rows and columns on the spreadsheet.
We arrive at an incredibly deep and difficult question.
I know what question you were going to ask. And it is scary.
If we are just playing it safe, avoiding risk, and doing what the spreadsheet tells us, whose life are we actually living?
Exactly. Are we living our own life? Or are we living a life designed by someone else? This introduces the concept of inheriting a life.
When we usually use the word inherit, we talk about physical things. A family member passes away and they leave you things.
You inherit a house, you inherit money, you inherit an old wooden dining chair.
Yes, physical objects. But the truth is, we inherit much more than that. We inherit ideas.
From the moment we are born, we begin inheriting concepts from our family and our society.
What kind of concepts?
We inherit our family's definition of success. If your parents believe that success means working at a bank and buying a large house, you inherit that belief.
We inherit ideas of stability. We inherit ideas of what a respectable person looks like and acts like.
So, without realizing it, we start walking on a path that was paved before we were even born.
We look at what our parents did. We look at what our teachers praised. We look at what society rewards, and we just copy it. We follow in someone else's footsteps.
We do it automatically. We go to the schools we are supposed to go to. We apply for the jobs we are supposed to apply for. We check all the boxes on society's list.
But the tragedy is we do all of this without ever stopping to ask one vital question.
Is this path actually right for me?
But wait, let me push back on this. Is it always a bad thing to listen to our families and society?
Our parents have lived longer than us. Society has rules for a reason.
They have experience with what works and what fails. They know that having no money is terrible. They know that starving is bad.
When they tell us to take a safe job, isn't that just love? Isn't that just good, solid guidance? Are you saying we should ignore all advice and just act crazy?
No, absolutely not. Advice and experience are very valuable, but we have to understand the critical difference between guidance and inheritance.
Let us break that difference down. What is guidance?
Guidance is like a map. A map is very useful. If you are lost in a forest, you want a map.
A map shows you where the roads are. It shows you where the dangerous rivers are. It shows you where the mountains are.
Your parents and society give you this map. They say, here are the safe roads. Here are the dangerous parts.
But with a map, you are still the one deciding where to travel. You look at the map, you see the options, and you choose your destination.
Guidance helps you make an informed choice. It helps you grow.
Okay, I understand guidance. The map is helpful. So how is inheritance different?
Inheritance is not a map. Inheritance is a train track.
A train track.
Yes. When you put a train on a track, it only goes in one direction. It cannot turn left. It cannot turn right.
It just goes forward on the metal lines that were built long before the train arrived.
If you inherit a life without questioning it, you become a train on someone else's track.
You are moving forward, You are making progress, but you have no control over the destination. You are just being pulled along by the expectations of your family and your culture.
You take the old, heavy, uncomfortable furniture that your family gave you and you sit in it. Even if it hurts your back, you sit in it just because it is yours now.
Exactly. And this leads to a very specific, deeply unsettling feeling.
If you spend years on that train track, sitting in that uncomfortable chair, living a life society planned for you, you start to feel disconnected from yourself.
The text we're exploring calls this feeling weirdly absent.
Weirdly absent, that is a chilling phrase. What does it mean to be absent from your own life?
It means you are physically present, but your spirit, your true self, is not there. You are like a ghost haunting your own routine.
Let us imagine this. You wake up, you do the mental laundry, you put on the stiff shoes, you go to work.
You sit in the meeting, you are looking at the spreadsheet.
You are nodding your head, you are saying the correct professional words. If someone looks at you, they see a perfectly functioning adult.
But inside, you know you are not really in that room.
A huge part of your energy, your joy, your passion is standing a little bit behind you. It is hidden away.
You're holding it back because there is no room for it in this practical life.
You are checking the boxes on the daily list, but you feel completely empty doing it.
You are surviving, yes. You are paying the bills, you have shelter.
But you are not really living a life that is true to who you are. You are an actor playing the role of a responsible adult.
And acting all day, every day is incredibly exhausting. It drains your battery much faster than physical labor.
So what does this all mean? We have painted a very heavy picture.
We talked about the mental laundry, the uncomfortable shoes, the spreadsheet of fear, being a ghost in your own life.
Are we telling the listener to rebel completely? Are we saying, throw away the spreadsheet, burn the uncomfortable shoes, go to work tomorrow, yell at your boss, say, I quit, and run into the forest to become an artist?
Please do not do that.
Right. We do not want this deep dive to cause massive chaos and destruction in your life. We do not want you to become homeless because you listened to a deep dive about following dreams.
Exactly. The goal here is not reckless destruction. The sources we are studying make it very clear. We do not want dramatic, explosive resignations.
You do not need to ruin your practical life to find your soul.
The answer to this problem introduces a word that might sound surprising in a conversation about dreams. That word is restraint.
Restraint. That means holding back. That means controlling yourself.
Yes, restraint is the opposite of a chaotic explosion. Moving slowly is not failure. Taking tiny, careful steps is not giving up.
This is a very important point. Sometimes when we are feeling that deep pain, when the shoes hurt so much, we want to rip them off and run away instantly.
We want to make a huge, dramatic change. We think, I will move to another country. I will change my entire career in one day.
But often that massive desire to escape is not actually courage. It is just severe burnout.
Your brain is so tired of the mental laundry that it just wants to burn the whole house down to stop doing chores.
Running away from a painful situation is an instinct. It is easy. True courage is much more complex and often much quieter.
True courage is quiet. I really love that idea.
Courage is not always shouting. Sometimes courage is just a whisper that says, I will try again tomorrow.
And this leads us to a truly beautiful concept from our discussion, loyalty. Not loyalty to a company or a brand, but loyalty to the dream.
Loyalty to the dream is the secret to balancing the spreadsheet and the window. What does loyalty look like in this context?
It means you do not have to turn your life upside down this weekend. You can keep your practical job, you can pay your rent, you can be a responsible adult.
But while you do those things, you make a silent, ironclad promise to yourself.
You refuse to forget the dream completely. You do not let the dream die behind all those boxes.
Exactly. You stay loyal to that small voice inside you. You nurture it. You protect it from the spreadsheet.
If we go back to the room with the window, loyalty means you do not need to get a hammer and break the wall.
You do not need to throw all the heavy boxes of responsibility out the door.
You just need to walk over to the stack of boxes and move one box slightly to the left.
Just enough to let a tiny crack of light shine through.
Just enough so you can see the glass. So you remember the sun is out there.
That is perfect. And the amazing thing is, the sources give us very practical, very friendly, everyday examples of how to actually do this.
How do we move the boxes? How do we take small steps? How do we stay loyal to ourselves while still doing the heavy work of adulting?
It is about creating tiny pockets of space in your life that are just for you. One wonderful example is creating a reading corner in your home.
A reading corner. It sounds so simple.
It is simple, but it is powerful. It does not need to be a whole room, just a small safe spot, a comfortable chair, a small table, a good lamp, maybe a soft blanket.
But this is the rule. When you sit in that chair, you are not an employee. You are not a bill payer. You are not a problem solver. No spreadsheets allowed in the reading corner.
You sit there and you read a book about space or a book about animals. You sit there and you are just you. You are doing something purely for your own joy, not for survival.
Another brilliant, simple example is taking a warm shower at the end of a hard day. Now, everyone takes showers. It is a normal part of life. But it is about how you take the shower.
It is about the intention behind it.
Exactly. You stand in the warm water and you actively use your imagination.
You close your eyes, you feel the water hitting your tired shoulders.
And you imagine that the water is physically washing the stress, the emails, the mental laundry right off your skin. You watch it go down the drain.
It is a small physical act, but it signals your brain. It tells your nervous system the adulting is paused, you are safe now.
And changing the lighting. This is such a practical tip. Our offices and supermarkets are filled with big, bright, harsh white lights.
These lights yell, "Wake up! Work! Buy things!"
When you come home, do not turn on the big ceiling light. Turn it off. Turn on a small, warm lamp in the corner. Light a single candle.
Makes the room dark and cozy. That soft, warm light changes the feeling in the room, and it changes the feeling in your chest.
It makes your heart feel a little softer. It makes it easier to hear the quiet voice of your dream.
All of these things, the corner, the shower, the lighting, they are ways to find comfort. We need these comfort zones. Adulting takes so much energy, we must have a safe place to recharge our batteries.
But to stay truly loyal to the dream, we can not only stay in the comfort zone, we also need to take tiny steps outside of it.
Small steps, not giant leaps.
Right. Maybe you spend 10 minutes practicing a new language out loud today. Just dead minutes.
Maybe you get a piece of paper and draw a picture, even if it is a bad picture.
Maybe you research how to volunteer at an animal shelter for 1 hour a month. These are tiny steps toward the window.
But wait, the moment I try to draw a picture, or practice a language, or look at the animal shelter website, fear is going to wake up.
The spreadsheet is going to pop up in your mind.
Fear is going to say you are wasting time, you should be checking your bank account. How do we handle fear when we take these small steps?
We have to change our relationship with fear. We usually try to fight fear, or we let fear stop us entirely.
But there's a better way.
Think of your life and your journey toward your dream as driving a car.
Okay, I am in the driver's seat. My hands are on the steering wheel. I am driving down the road.
When you take a step outside your comfort zone, fear is going to get in the car with you. You cannot lock fear out. If you try, fear will just run alongside the car and scream at you.
So I let fear in the car.
Yes, you open the back door. You let fear sit in the back seat. Fear can come along for the ride.
And fear is going to complain.
The whole trip, fear is going to lean forward and yell in your ear, "The economy is bad. We're driving too fast. What if the car breaks down? What will the neighbors think?"
Fear is a very annoying passenger.
Very annoying. But here's the most important rule of the car. Fear is allowed to talk. Fear is allowed to complain. But fear is never allowed to hold the steering wheel.
I hold the steering wheel.
Always. You listen to fear. You say, "Thank you, fear, for your concern about the economy. I have noted it in the spreadsheet." And then you keep your hands on the wheel and you keep driving slowly toward the thing you love.
Fear is just a noisy passenger. I absolutely love that. It takes the power away from fear.
It means we can be practical, we can hear the warnings, but we still make our own choices.
The practical life and the dream life do not have to be enemies in a war. They can just share the car. They just need a better relationship.
Exactly. You balance the need for safety with the need for joy.
This has been an incredibly deep and heavy conversation. We have traveled from the morning alarm clock through the pain of adulting to the parking lot tears, and finally into the driver's seat of our own lives.
Let us bring this deep dive to a close. We want to speak directly to everyone listening. We want to remind you that it is completely okay and completely normal to feel overwhelmed.
It is okay to feel drained. It is okay to feel tired. It is okay to feel a strange, restless energy in your heart.
Adulting is tremendously hard. The mental laundry is a heavy basket to carry every single day.
The pull between the safe, practical spreadsheet and the wild, beautiful childhood dream is not a puzzle you solve once. It is a lifelong balancing act. It is something you will manage every day.
We spend so much time and energy worrying about this balance. We worry that if we follow our dreams even a little bit, it will ruin our practical lives.
We think the dream is a dangerous fire that will burn down our safe house.
But as we end our time today, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Something to think about deeply when you are quiet tonight.
Give us that final thought. What should we be thinking about?
What if we have the whole situation backward?
Backward. What do you mean?
We think the spreadsheet keeps us alive and the dream is a luxury. But what if the opposite is true?
Think about long-term survival. Not just surviving tomorrow, but surviving 30 or 40 years of working and adulting.
What if the most practical, realistic, essential thing you can possibly do for your own survival is not updating the spreadsheet?
If the spreadsheet doesn't keep me going, what does?
The dream. What if the most practical thing you can do is to feed that quiet childhood dream? Just feed it a little bit.
Give it 10 minutes of your time. Give it a reading corner. Give it a drawing.
Feed it just enough so it never starves to death in that room full of boxes.
Because a starving dream creates that weird absence. It creates a deep, hollow sadness that makes it hard to get out of bed at all.
Yes. But a fed dream, even a dream that only gets a small snack once a week, gives you a spark of light. It gives you the actual energy you need to keep going.
Feeding the dream gives you the strength to face the spreadsheet the next day.
Wow. Feeding the dream helps you survive the spreadsheet. The dream is not the danger. The dream is the fuel.
That is a truly powerful thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We explored a lot of heavy feelings, but we hope you feel a little lighter now.
We hope you feel a little more in control of the car.
We encourage you to practice your English today by talking about your own stories. Talk to a friend about your childhood memories. Talk about what you wanted to be. Tell them about your window.
And remember how we started this deep dive? Tomorrow morning, the alarm is going to ring again. It is going to be 6 o'clock.
And when you reach out and turn it off and the warm blanket whispers to you, stay here. Do not go out there.
You know what to do.
You can smile, push the blanket back and say, thank you, but I have a car to drive today and fear is sitting in the back seat. Have a great day, everyone. Keep practicing your English and keep moving those boxes.